swag like yes. I walk in the spot like yes. She live in my pop like yes. I get in my bag like yes. I'm tripping the swag.
Alright, what's good, Fly Gang? We're back with another video, another episode of What's Your Story. This is actually episode 4, and today I have with me the lovely young Ava Fitzgerald, and she is a fashion model. So I actually met her at a party. We were actually trying to figure out which party we met each other at, but we couldn't figure it out. So we just left it alone. It was one of the good parties though, obviously, but it was fun. So let's get into a little bit about you. So first of all, you are Ava for the viewers. Okay.
Hello,
and,
I'm Ava. I just turned 20.
Okay.
I'm from South Florida.
All right.
Came here about 2.5 months ago.
2.5 months ago? So you've been here for 2.5 months. Okay. And you came here in pursuit of what?
To work for the agency that I'm signed to out here, which is Industry LA. So I'm staying in one of their model apartments, working for them.
Okay.
And just seeing where it takes me.
Okay. So you are with the modeling agency, and they brought you out here from Florida. That's where you started at?
No, I got signed to a mother agency about 10 months ago. I just started modeling. And then that mother agency signed me to different agencies, one of them being in LA. So last year, from August to December, I was in Manhattan working for an agency there, and then same thing, staying in a model apartment, and then now I'm doing the same thing here in LA.
Nice. Okay. So give me a little bit of what Florida's like. So what was it like in Florida before you made the move? Like, what were you doing? Were you planning to come here at any point in time, or was it just like a sporadic?
No, I was like a year ago today. I was doing something completely different. I was taking classes at Florida Atlantic University for environmental science.
Environmental science.
Yes,
Yeah, you look like I
like,
can see you with a little white
I'm
white lab
definitely like an
jacket on.
outdoorsy person. Like I was working in a restaurant, living at home.
Okay.
Or in a dorm sometimes if I felt like it.
Yeah. So when did the modeling come in?
My mother agent, she DM'd me on Instagram actually, and I thought it was a scam at first, so I didn't answer for a couple days, and then
was it in your request box?
Yeah. And then after a couple days I was like, well, maybe what if, and so I messaged her back, and then she asked me if she could hop on a call with me, and I spoke to her for like 20 minutes, and then that phone call is what like changed everything. Like she opened up so many doors for me, told me all this.
Did you already have like a portfolio and things like that? So you weren't even thinking about it?
I had, like, it was not on my radar whatsoever at all.
Wow.
Like, hadn't thought about it a little bit, but she just asked me to send in some digitals and casting pictures, and so I did, and then she called me back and sent me a contract and signed me. So I'm signed to that mother agency for 3 years now.
For 3 years,
and then, so I'm about 10 months into it now, and I like it a lot so far. I'm excited to see where
you get booked a lot?
I mean, right now, the last couple of weeks have slowed down for me a little bit, but when I first got to here in LA, I was either going to castings or shooting every day. Like, I was really busy, and then it slowed down a little bit the last couple of weeks, but it's starting to pick up this week, which is nice.
All right. So when Corona hit, obviously you were in Florida. Okay. Did you think that like it was the end of the world? Did you think that like what was it like for you? What were your struggles during Corona?
I just like didn't even know. At first I was a little naive about it, I have to admit. I wasn't really sure the severity of it until lockdown happened, and I was hearing more and more about it and reading more about it and realizing,
did you follow the rules?
Is something I did.
Okay. You came here with a mask.
I did. I'm COVID conscious, I like, I don't know, it didn't really hit personally to me until like both my grandparents got it, and then like my grandfather passed away from it, but my grandma pulled through. Thank you. And then so then like that kind of hit close to home, and so me and my family like were definitely obeying all the COVID rules for a while after that. But it was nice, like once lockdown finally lifted and the mask mandate and everything was lifted in Florida and things kind of started to ease back into it, is when I went to New York. And then when I went to New York, it was still pretty locked down over there too. So like I wasn't.
You went to New York during COVID. Wow.
It was so strange because that was the first time I've ever been to the city, and it was empty. It was just me, like, and the people who lived there, and like that was pretty much it. It was not. I feel like I didn't really get to experience Manhattan, like authentic New York City nightlife or anything like that. Just because everything was closed, and like by the time that I left, the city was starting to open it back up a little bit. So I'm hoping to maybe go back and try it out. But I'm glad that LA is on lockdown when I came here.
Yeah, when I got here, honestly, it was on lockdown, but it wasn't like, it didn't feel like it, didn't look like it. Like, you know what I mean? There were still businesses open, things. You were still able to get around and do things. You know what I mean? But no, I understand that. And again, I'm sorry again for your loss.
Thank you.
Apologize. Sorry to hear that. All right. So, as far as the modeling goes, so do you have any big plans in the works? Do you know about? How does that work? Do they tell you before, or are you just like, hey, we got a job for you, you got to do it?
A lot of time, I get my schedule so last minute. I really don't know much about anything. Like, I didn't even know that I was moving out to LA until like 4 days in advance or something. Like, I just kind of like picked up all my crap and was on a flight a couple days later.
How hard was that?
I mean, I wanted it to happen. I had been like communicating with my agency, telling them that I wanted to come out here, and so when they said, okay, you can come out here now, I was ready.
Yeah.
It's my schedule. I get my schedule super last minute. Like, a lot of times I don't get it until the day before, and that's when they'll let me know about like bookings for jobs. Which a lot of times in LA, I've been doing a lot of e-commerce, which is like shoots for websites and clothing. They're new clothes that they need shot for their websites. Or editorials, but a lot of times like they'll.
So when you get booked for those things, do you give a price like, hey, this is my price that I have, or how's it work? That all goes to the agency?
Yeah, my agency takes care of most of that. They like, I believe that the more you're working and the more you build a brand for yourself as a model, like your rates will go higher.
Okay.
And so like mine are slowly.
Okay, so there's a rate. So you start at one rate, and then the more you do, the more experience you get.
It also depends on like the shoot or like the brand that you're doing, or how much the client even feels like paying. Like I've done like some jobs that were like 5 hours and they paid me pretty good amount of money, and then I've done another 5 hours and they paid me like just a couple $100. And it just depends on what you're doing and like what they're paying you to do, if it's worth their money, and who's paying.
Yeah, that's obviously a big one. Have you ever done any acting? Have you thought about acting or anything? Because you're in California.
I would love to get signed to an acting agency. I feel like that would be so cool. I haven't actually. I like recently started thinking about that. But I feel like that would be so much fun. I feel like I would love to give it a try.
Most definitely. I mean, that's another reason why I'm here too, trying to get a little acting thing, man. But yeah, I can see you like on a Netflix TV show or something like that. maybe Riverdale, CW11. You watch Riverdale?
I love Riverdale.
I love Riverdale. Okay. All right. So you've been here for 2 months, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. What have your California struggles been like? I mean, 2 months is not a long time to be here. They say if you last here 6 months, that you're good, that you can do it. So you have any crazy LA stories for me? Any struggles?
Crazy LA stories?
Or weird LA stories?
Weird LA stories? I don't know. I feel like I don't even know. For me, the most interesting thing about being in LA is the people that I meet here. Everybody here is like in the scene some way, somehow. They're like, they work in my industry, like in the fashion industry or the music industry or acting or anything like that. And everybody, I don't know, everybody all comes here to pursue something. Exactly why you're interviewing people here. Everybody has a fun story to tell, and it's been really interesting meeting all these people. And so I know that's not like a crazy story, but like the most interesting part for me is always just like meeting all these like low-key whack people, but they're really cool.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I end up liking them a lot.
Yeah, okay, all right. So as far as your future goes, so fashion is where you want to be, and that's what you're going to be doing. Because do you have a degree in?
No, not yet.
No? Did you finish college?
No.
No, so you just went and started and you didn't finish it?
I didn't want to be taking classes while I was in modeling and traveling and going around.
You don't want to juggle
also,
too much.
like, I don't know, online classes, I definitely prefer like a more in-person experience, and I would like to go back and get my degree for sure, because environmental science is where my heart is, and that's my dream career.
Okay.
I'm kind of modeling now just because it's really incredible to see the behind the scenes of the fashion industry, all these designers and artists and things coming together to create something really beautiful, and then being chosen to be like the person that they want to like broadcast this out is really, it feels like an honor in a lot of ways. It's really cool. So I decided that I wanted to take that opportunity, and it's also given, like, now I can say that I lived in Manhattan and in LA for a couple months each, which is really cool. And then hopefully I'm just going to keep adding on the places over the next couple of years while I'm signed to this agency. And so I decided to chase that for now. But environmental science is where my heart lies and where I would like to trail back to once I've just finished being young, exploring, and being spontaneous, I guess.
And how old are you?
I'm 20. I just turned 20 last week.
You just turned 20. Ah, you're a Gemini.
I am.
What's her name?
I'm sorry?
What's her name?
Her name?
Yes.
What do you mean?
You got Ava and what's her name?
Her name?
There's two of you. You're a Gemini.
Uh-huh.
What's her name? You don't. She doesn't have a name. The other.
No,
the other one?
I don't. I've never heard of this before.
I'm a sign guy, so Geminis have.
I am not.
More.
I don't know anything about astrology.
Okay. Oh yeah, Geminis have more than one side. So right now, you're nice, innocent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But is there a dark side?
There's not a dark side, but there's a loud side, like a loud, obnoxious, like oh my gosh, one of my agents was telling me this the other day. He was like, oh my gosh, Ava, when I first met you, I thought you were just the sweetest, cutest little, like, not like little girl, but like,
Yeah.
just super friendly and nice. And then like he saw me a different time when I was talking to one of my friends, just like talking like
You
how
saw
I
the
normally
Gemini
talk, and then he was like,
Mm-hmm.
he was
Okay.
bad
Okay.
profanity, it's bad, but yeah, but so like you have like the professional side and then like the spicy side.
Spicy side. You gotta have both. You gotta have both. Okay. All right. So you want to really be into environmental scientists. That's your goal, right? Okay. And you're in the city of dreams. Okay. So is this somewhere that you plan to stay, or?
I haven't quite decided yet. I mean, I do really like it here. Like, I like the weather here.
And you guys got good weather in Florida, though.
We do have good weather in
Yeah.
Florida, but I also really love the mountains here. We don't have mountains in Florida.
The mountains.
I don't know. I like it out here. It looks really similar to home, to be honest with you, just with mountains.
Except for the palm trees, you guys have coconuts.
We do have coconuts
Yeah, I
in
don't
our
get
palm
that.
trees.
There's no
but yeah, there's
coconuts
no
out here.
coconuts here. I actually noticed
I'm
that.
thinking it's because it doesn't rain that much. Would that make sense?
I'm not quite sure.
I thought all palm trees have coconuts until I moved here. Yeah.
It's an unfortunate discovery.
Very, very unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having me.
All right. And guys, this is the 4th episode. I'm gonna put her Instagram in the description so you guys can go show love. Anybody you need to book her, I'm pretty sure everything is in her bio. All right. Yeah, but thank you guys. I guys hope you guys enjoyed the show. This, like I said, this is gonna be one of my favorite segments on my YouTube channel. Aside from the vlogs, aside from everything else that I do on there, this is gonna be like the staple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe too. Hit that like button.
Hit it.